Hello everybody and welcome back to Team Vikavolt's YouTube channel. I've been trying to put this one off, this video topic, but at last I don't think that I can ignore it anymore. It has become a talking point on the interwebs. We're going to be talking about 2026 Pokemon TCG standard format rotation. And you know, I feel like this one is a pretty big one. Every rotation always feels like graduating high school or like graduating 5th grade. It just seems like a milestone sort of a moment, like a kind of like a mile marker in for those of us that play the TCG, especially competitively, myself included. So dry those tears, try to hold them back, because there is a small little glimmer of hope here. There are some reprints that will be anticipated or can be anticipated for the future. And I have done my best to go through and make sure that I do not mention them in this rotation video, because if they have an updated regulation mark, they will maintain their legal status for standard format tournament play in the Pokemon TCG. And these are just all of the heaviest hitting, most relevant cards that I looked over that are going to be rotating in, if you haven't heard already, on April 10th, 2026. That is rotation. Still a little bit ways away, but it will be here before you know it. It's essentially, for us here in the West, going to be our Scarlet and Violet through Paradox Rift sets. They're going to be all gone. Of course, like I noted just a second ago, the ones that have been reprinted are still sticking around, but everything else, it's gone. As much as, you know, in as much disbelief that you might be in, things are going to change big time in the Pokemon standard format. It's moving in a different direction as every rotation kind of brings us towards a new direction for the TCG, and kind of having to relearn how to play the game not from scratch, but like just from a different perspective, which definitely keeps us on our toes, keeps it interesting, but it's always kind of rough to like get so used to certain archetypes and have to move on from them. So basically everything, all of your cards, especially those of you who may be new to the Pokemon TCG, like tournament play and stuff, if you look at more recent cards, like with like a silver border and stuff, if you look in the bottom left hand corner of those cards and it has like a little letter G, for the 2026 standard format rotation, everything with a little letter G in the bottom left hand corner is going to be rotating, unless it has an up-to-date standard format reprint with a new regulation that is past the letter G in the alphabet. That said, if you have a way older version of a card that has a legal standard format legal version currently in the standard format, or even after rotation, as long as the text is the same or an errata has officially been released for that card, you are able to continue playing that. Like, for example, currently I play a copy of Super Rod from like 2010 or 2011 or something like that, and it's the same text. It doesn't even have a regulation letter on it. It has a yellow border and everything, but I'm still able to play it because it is the same thing as a currently, at the time of recording and here in January 2026, it's a legal card. So I can still play those really old versions as long as there's a legal updated version in the standard format at that time, if that makes sense. If not, let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna blaze through these pretty quickly. All these cards have been pretty covered to death all over YouTube, including here on the channel, so be sure to check out other videos and links in the description. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug that here, and we're just gonna take it from the top. I'm just gonna rattle them off, everybody. We are losing Baridon EX, Gardevoir EX with Psychic Embrace. We're losing Klefki with Mischievous Lock, so we're not going to be able to turn off basic abilities if Klefki's in the active spot anymore. We're going to lose Revavroom with Rumbling Engine, which was used to various extents for draw support Pokemon. We're losing Defiance Band, pretty big loss there, especially for Charizard decks. and other decks to fix math. And kind of hand in hand with Defiance Ban, we're also losing Arvin, which is a huge, tremendous loss. Not being able to directly search out an item in a tool every turn is going to feel so weird to not be able to Arvin go first turn going second. That is going to take some getting used to. Electric Generator, it's going to be, rough not being able to accelerate a ton of electric energy with Electric Generator. However, we do have E-Electric, which lets you accelerate it from the discard pile to one of your bench lightning type Pokemon through an ability on a stage 1. So there is sort of that. Energy Retrieval, as far as I understand, has not been reprinted, and we will be losing it with rotation. Again, of course, I harken back to the beginning of the video. There may be reprints of any of these cards, potentially, not likely, but potentially, in the future. Energy Retrieval, I feel like, might be one of those cards that maybe gets a reprint. It's been in various formats throughout the history of the TCG. So yeah, but for now, Energy Retrieval, that one's going to be rotating in April. Energy Search, along with Nest Ball, Experience Share, Jacques is gone. Judge, however, it's listed here. I probably should have taken it off. It will be reprinted. It was reprinted over in Japan with like an identical art to the Mega Evolution Judge. But it was reprinted with an updated regulation mark. So Judge is going to be reprinted sometime at some point in the future. We're not really sure. But as of now, as of April, it is, as far as I know right now, at the time of recording, again in January 2026, Judge is going to be rotating until it gets reprinted again. Penny is going to be gone, so no more scooping up Pokemon. Pokeball is gone, but that one kind of comes and goes as formats come and go as well. Pokegear 3.0, pretty big card, especially in like Raging Bolt decks and a lot of decks, really. It's just a nice digging item card to be able to find some supporters. We're losing Pokemon Catcher, which is just sad, but I don't know, maybe it'll come back. Professor's Research is also going to be leaving. That includes currently all versions of Professor's Research. So here on the screen I have the Professor Sada version of Professor's Research. That's going to be gone, but so is the Professor Turo, the Professor Oak, which in my opinion is the optimal Professor's Research, Professor Juniper, blah 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 blah. If it says Professor's Research, it is rotating come April. Moving on, we are losing Baxcalibur with the Super Cold ability. Hasn't really seen a lot of tournament play, but once upon a time it was a force to reckon with, especially in conjunction with Chen Pao EX, which is also going to be rotating in April. Mimikyu is rotating. Tinglu EX, once upon a time, was like a really big relevant deck. Hasn't really seen a lot of play super recently. But that one is also going to be rotating along with the entire United Wings archetype. I have pictured here the Murkrow with United Wings, but all the United Wings Pokemon are going to be rotating. I mention it because it did have a pretty good finish at a major tournament with Alex Szymanski playing it. We are also going to be losing Squawkabilly EX, which is a really huge deal, especially for like Raging Bolt, being able to just like go. Squawkabilly EX was also heavily utilized in Miraidon EX decks, which is also rotating. We're losing Artisan, which feels so weird to be not having an Artisan in play at any point, especially if you are a Gardevoir EX player, but that thing is rotating too. We are losing Bravery Charm, no more buffing our giant basic Pokemon. We are losing Great Ball. We are losing Iono. Yes, we are losing Iono, but we do also have Lily's Determination and a number of other supporters like Hilda and so on and so forth that can sort of fill the void until we get some sort of other shuffle draw support in the future, hopefully. We're going to be losing Super Rod. We're going to be losing Superior Energy Retrieval, which is another huge hit for like Goldingo EX, which we'll talk about is rotating, but it's also a pretty big hit for potentially for Raging Bolt EX and Teal Mask Ogerpon EX decks. We're losing jet energy, we're losing luminous energy, reversal energy, so all the shiny, flashy, special energy, super duper rainbow energy is going to be gone. Toadscroll EX is gone. Cleffa with the grasping draw attack is also gone. Charizard EX with Infernal Rain, gone. Pidgeot EX with the quick search ability, gone. Town Store, gone. Ditto with the transformative start ability from 151 is gone. Mew EX with the restart ability is gone. Toadscroll with the slime mold colony ability is also gone. Moving forward, we are losing Chi-Yu, Iron Bundle with the Hyper Blower ability. We are losing Iron Hands EX. We are losing Screamtail. We are losing Iron Valiant EX. Slitherwing, Sandy Shocks EX, Morpeko. We are losing Brute Bonnet. We are losing Roaring Moon EX. We are losing Goldengo EX. We are losing Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, Countercatcher, Earthen Vessel, and Future Booster Energy Capsule. We're losing Luxurious Cape, Professor Sada's Vitality. We are losing Professor Turo's Scenario. We are losing TM Devolution, TM Evolution, TM Turbo Energize, Techno Radar. The reason that one is mentioned is because for some reason we still maintain some future Pokemon, but we lose Techno Radar, so we're not able to actually directly search out future Pokemon anymore with Techno Radar. And those are all the big ones. It really doesn't seem like that much when you rattle them off like that, but those are all of the big ones. Remember, April 10th, 2026 is rotation. Here in the West, we're losing Scarlet and Violet through Paradox Rift. We are losing all the Regulation G cards and all sort of versions of them, but there are some upsides post-rotation, besides the game kind of staying a bit interesting. We do get to keep all the A-specs. We do also have a lot of Terra Pokemon, like we get to keep all of the Ogerpon EXs, and a number of other Terras like Pikachu EX, for instance. We do, as I mentioned again at the beginning of the video, there are anticipated reprints that we may not know about just yet in the future, so that could be good. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I wanted to make it as direct as possible for my own reference, but also for everybody else's reference. If you really want to know what are the big cards that we're going to be losing to the April rotation. I think I hit all of them. If I missed one, let me know down in the comments below. And also let me know what cards are you going to miss the most and what cards are you happy to see rotate. Personally, I'm really happy to see Goldengo EX rotate. It's not like I don't respect it, because it is like a really good card. I just really don't like Goldengo EX's Pokemon design just as a Pokemon, and I think it's really obnoxious that here in the tail end of this format, Goldengo EX is like the best deck in the format. Of all the Pokemon that could have been the best deck, it's Goldengo EX. In the previous at the previous rotation, I'll just kind of put in my 2 cents here. The previous rotation, the deck that was absolutely at the top, best deck in the format, was Regidrago EX, and now we just have, you know, a stack of coins as like the BDIF. So yeah, I'm not super happy about that. So I'm happy to see Goldengo EX rotate. And I think the card I'm going to miss the most is probably Earthen Vessel. Being able to discard one and then search for 2 basics out of my deck with a single item card is going to be sorely missed by yours truly. And so with all of that, I want to thank you all for choosing Team Vikavolt's YouTube channel today. If you made it to the end of the video, you're an awesome person. Let me know your thoughts. I know there's lots to talk about when it comes to rotation, but yeah, leave them down in the comments below. Check the links in the description, check out the channel, check out the other vids, and thanks as always. Bye-bye.